So this popular streamer Emiru is currently under fire for her comments regarding ICE, or at least her non-comment regarding ICE, right? And we just kind of live in that time right now where people want to hear every figure side to know if you're on my side or you're against me. And Emiru seems to be just the talk of the town right now, as this tweet is going extremely viral, saying Emiru is asked her thoughts on ICE from Throwaway 233. If you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to get off the internet.
On ice. Like, there's a certain extent where I'm like, okay, sure, I get people wanting big content creators to say their opinions on important topics. I get that, right? But it's like, if you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to get off the internet. Just stop. Hello?
So, yeah, very obviously she's trying to just not answer the question, which is why I'm confused why she even read the question out loud, basically saying what her thoughts were on ICE. As a creator, I understand, right? I'm a drama slop tuber, right? You ask me anything politics, I'm not gonna know, right? I'm an idiot. I'm gonna say it in the most mundane, idiotic way, right? You ask me, do you like Donald Trump? I'll be like, I don't know. I don't care. He said some dumb stuff. He's done some dumb stuff, whatever, right? But, you ask someone like Emiru, who obviously has a large following of all sorts of people, she's not gonna want to dive into what her thoughts are on ICE, right? Because it's a losing battle either way, right? If she says she supports ICE because they're doing their job and blah, 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 or she says she supports ICE because they're doing their job, but they're also, wrongfully ending the lives of people. If she says she doesn't support ICE because they're doing this and this, right? Either option she picks, she's going to lose followers. She might gain some followers, right? She might gain some people who are pro whatever political side she picks. And of course, a situation like this, she's going to lose followers because she didn't give a side, right? Again, we're just kind of in this time right now where everyone wants a celebrity, a content creator, someone with a platform to speak out and speak their mind. Again, whether it be pro one side, pro the other side. Think of people like Asmongold, who, have kind of brought what a lot of people would consider the common man opinion to the forefront. And then you have people like, Moist Critical, where people always say he's fence sitting because he just kind of is in the middle and he waits for everyone to come up with something before he decides to take a side. And even that's not the case anymore, as Charlie, Moist Critical, has been making videos that are anti-ICE or against ICE, calling out some of the things that they're doing, which I think he's fair to do that. And these are content creators, right? At the end of the day, they have content to create. They have a side that they want to appeal to, the side that's going to, of course, provide them views and money and make them continue to be successful. And I feel like Emiru is kind of in this same boat.
I don't, what? How am I gonna, I don't know, get help? Even, I don't know. Obviously I don't, dislike any of the political streamers, except for, some of, the really bad ones. I don't really like them. But it's I don't understand how in the first place people care so much what they say. I guess it's because they just have a lot of reach or influence, but it's why are you listening to them in the first place? I don't know.
And I guess the main reason why people are upset is because, once again, she says comments like this, she's like, oh, I don't really care about political streamers unless they're the really bad ones. And she refuses to elaborate, right? Obviously, she could use a little bit of context. She could say yeah, people Nicholas Fuentes, right? I'm not really throwing my hat into the ring. I'm just saying that's who someone would consider to be a very controversial creator to that extent, right? Or someone like Gypsy Crusader, right? The dude who puts the clown makeup on and has a lot of racist clips and whatnot going on. I'm almost 100% sure this is why people are upset at Emiru, because, again, she makes what seems like pretty bold takes, but at the same time doesn't really say anything. And a lot of people are kind of upset at that. Of course, to the point where, once again, this clip ended up going viral. Emiru was asked her thoughts on Ice. 10 million views in literally one day. You then had posts like these making their rounds saying her response makes sense when you look at who she hangs around with, which shows Lakari, again, the guy who leaked his folder of inappropriate content, Tectone, the guy who has a protective order on it by Pinkchu, and then you have Asmongold, again, the controversial streamer who talks about politics and whatnot. Mind you, this is from a podcast they did years ago at this point, right? Sure, you can reference it and say, look who she used to hang out with, right? But at this point in time, like when this photo was taken, all of these creators were relatively like safe. Like even if you go on YouTube, right, you can see that Emiru and Asmongold haven't collaborated or like made content together in 2 years at least. So they're long separated, right? Of course, they can be friends behind closed doors. They can, of course, be close behind the scenes because, of course, they've known each other for years. But, you know, to make it seem like, oh, she hung out with these people 2-3 years ago, so obviously, you know, she supports ICE and she's evil and blah, blah, blah because she doesn't want to speak out when, again, in actuality, it's just logical from a follower point of view. It's kind of like wanting Pokey, right, to get into politics, or asking Cinna to get into politics. Again, these are people who like cosplay and do IRL streams and just talk to people for the most part about like random crap happening day-to-day life, right? They're not political streamers. Go watch Hassan, go watch Asmongold, go watch Destiny if you want those types of opinions. And I think that's fair to say. Again, people might disagree with me. That's fine. That's why I'm a commentary guy. I'm a slop tuber. I'm not here to give you the right or the wrong answer. I'm just here to give you guys the news with a little bit of my opinion sprinkled in, you know? Now, Denims TV, the largest female political streamer over here, decided to throw her hat in the ring saying, never thought I'd see the day we'd be fence-sitting the modern Gestapo, posting this photo of Emiru saying, racist chud, right? Obviously, a large creator, a large streamer deciding to once again target Emiru. I didn't even realize that this chick blocked me, by the way, until I clicked on her page. I was wondering why it like wouldn't let me look at the comments or whatever, but yeah, that's fun. So yeah, once again, you have all these different political people deciding to come out and basically anti-support, you know, and hate of Emiru because she just had the take of let's not have a take, right? Not everyone has to have a take on everything, right? Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you guys think down below this whole situation. Again, I feel like this is just one of those internet dramas that'll just kind of come and go. Emiru is probably not going to elaborate or respond further. I don't think that she should either, because again, this is one of those moments where people are going to be watching her now, waiting for every little comment or like every little reference to this so that they can of course clip it and like make further content out of it. She should just go back to mukbangs or cosplays, whatever the heck she was doing, kind of just staying in her own lane in a sense, right? And again, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. Give me your thoughts down below.